Okay, so
equals negative ln.
let me know which question you want me to go over.
See,
Yep.
I have a question for you to go over. Like for the last four, it's like for the answer is K. What is K?
K is called constant of variation, or constant of proportionality.
There we go.
So for example, that's a great question. What is the K? For example, let's say the human growth, population growth. K is like maybe like certain thing. So you can that's the constant. So it's based on the constant of the growth. So the K is a every situation is different. Like in 1900 and now the population growth is a little bit different. So but for the 1900 there was their own K over there, and like 2000 year 2000 there was their own K there. So that K is changing, depends on what the situation is, because now you have a bigger populations. So usually you have to put a K. The only thing you have to put it different are they proportion or inverse. If they are proportion, it's gonna be K times whatever. So population to the cube will be like K P Q. If it's an inverse, then it's K over P to the cube. So the only thing that is different. Now the rate of change is always something d to the dt. So let's just say if I have a population change, right? So let's just say if I have first questions here, we says, well, the rate of change. So the first question you want to write down is something rate of change of what? So it's p, right? So it'll be dp dt is equal to k. K is always there. Doesn't matter what kind of any rate question, there's always k there. And then they say proportion to cube of population. So it'll be proportion, not cube like that, but it's gonna proportion to cube of the population. And that you write it out and you're done. So the rate of change of population, so it'll be d y dt, because they say population's y, respective time is proportional t, then it's going to be kt. Actually, very well known equation. Dy dt equal to kp. It's actually very, very well known. It's using in AP chemistry. It's using in other things. It's using compound interest, because that's actually an equation that you know. Do you guys remember in algebra 2 you learned equation of PERT, P-E-R-T? That's the one, P-E-R-T. But I'm going to talk about that in a second. So first of all, let's talk about the question. And yes, Ethan did that question, but Ethan make a lot of mistakes at the very beginning. Very important. You cannot make those mistakes. You had to isolate the dy dx first to the other side, factor out e to the y, and then you don't do u substitution, because you do u equal to e to the y, you're not going anywhere. You have to change that ey to the e to the negative y in order to take an integral. And then thanks for Aiden catching that. And then integration e to the negative y is negative ey. And then get rid of negative sign. So let me do it. So that way you guys know. What was the question? It was dy dx, right? Dy dx is equal to minus x ey is equal to 2ey.
Yeah.
So the whole idea is, the premises is, if you move dx to the other side, that doesn't really make sense. Ethan, do you see why it doesn't make sense?
Yeah.
Because if you multiply by dx on both sides, that means everything is going to have dx. Because you multiply by dx, the x e to the y have dx, and 2e to the y has dx. That's not how you separate. How you separate is you're supposed to get to here, 2e to the y plus x e to the y. Now you can factor out e to the y, 2 plus x, dy dx. Tony, did you do homework? You finished?
Well, not up to the workout.
Oh, look, that's fine. Now I can do dx to the both sides, and then dy over e to the y is equal to 2 plus x dx. integrate both sides. Now, you can't really integrate by use u equal to e to the y. The reason why you're going to have du is e to the y. So then you say, okay, well, that's e to the negative y dy. That's equal to 2 plus x dx. Integration both sides. Now, this is u substitution, actually. Du equal to negative dy. So that is going to be e to the u du negative equal to integration 2 plus x dx. So it'll be e to the negative y equal to 2x plus x squared over 2 plus c. Now, negative, thank you. Now I'm gonna isolate that, so that's gonna give you e to the negative y is equal to negative 2x, right? Negative 2x plus x squared, negative x squared over 2 plus c. C is not gonna change sign when you multiply by negative sign. Well, c times 2 is not gonna change. So now I can do natural log both sides.
I think
So-
what happened is I did the wrong thing, but it somehow gave me the right answer.
And that's a sometimes scary part because Ida did the same thing the other time, and I had to fix it because she did 2 wrong thing, and she got a right answer, and that's more scary for me because
like, With
she's gonna
both of
think,
them.
yeah, she's gonna think that the both algebra process is correct,
Yeah,
but
'cause
it's
in
wrong.
this, at least in this one, me multiplying first and doing the u sub with e to the y, I made it work.
Yeah.
Which was weird.
And that's something you have to watch out for
Okay.
because that's gonna have 2 misunderstandings in algebra. So what is the initial condition here? 0 is equal to 0, so it'd be 0 equal to negative natural log of 0 minus 0 plus c. So 0 equal to negative natural log of c. Now, I can multiply both sides by natural negative sign, so natural log of c equal to 0, c equal to e to the 0, which is 1. So I can go back and say this is a 1, and I'm just changing this, and this is gonna be your correct answers. Pretty difficult questions just because it has factoring. And moving to one side, that's a little bit different. This is what the differential equation look like. Okay. Any other question you want me to go over? If no, we're gonna talk about today's stuff. Let's talk about today's stuff. Okay. So today's stuff is like this: dy dx equal to 6x squared y. So if you need to take a picture of this, take a picture of this. Make sure you understand them. Dy dx is equal to 6x squared y. It looks very innocent. And y of 0 is equal to 4. Now, dy equal to 6x squared y dx. This step, no big issue. Separation of variable. Nothing crazy. Now, what do I do next? Divided by y on both sides, right? Divide on y on both sides. So it'll be dy over y is equal to 6x squared dx. It still looks like harmless. Nothing abnormal. Integrate both sides.
Natural log of y equals
Natural log of y
2x cubed.
2x cubed plus c, right?
Yeah.
It's still like, nothing crazy. No big issues. Now I'm gonna do e to the both sides. Now it's not e times something. Make sure there's a difference. E times natural log of y looks like this. This is wrong. That don't cancel. But e to the ln of y, very, very important. E to the ln of y. That's how they are inverse to each other. If you just e ln y, that's not going to cancel nothing. But this one is e to the power 2x cubed plus c. Is it to the power? So e to the power,
Oh, I
not
see how this
multiplication.
gets messy.
Yeah. So what happened is, this is a rule that usually don't know, is m times n is a to the what? M plus n. Good. So I'm going backwards. So this one is going to be y equal to e to the 2x cubed plus c. So that's going to be e to the c. Whoa, e to the c. First time we see that. I'm going to box up this. I can say, okay, well, e to the c. What is e to the c? Well, since I haven't plugged in initial condition yet, if I didn't plug in initial condition, I can just name it
You could just name
C. In the textbook, they actually name it K. But because I haven't plugged in initial, e to a number, we don't know that number is multiplication. So usually it's something, right? E to the 2x cubed times e to the c, that becomes c. Does that make sense? So this becomes c. And then according to the question they give it to me, is y to the 0 is equal to 4. So y to the 0 is equal to 4, right here. So it'd be 4 equal to c e to the 0. C is equal to 4 because e to the 0 is 1. So y equal to 4 e to the 2x cubed. Now, normally, right, you won't see that c becomes a multiplication. This is the first time that you see that e is multiplications. Yes.
Wait, why did C become multiplication?
Because this is e to the 3. So going backwards, take this, going backwards. So that becomes e to the 2x cubed times e to the c. E to the c is a c.
Mr. So does that mean that e to the 2x cubed times e to the 4th equals 4 e to the 2x cubed?
Yeah,
But why is it multiplication?
I don't understand what you're saying.
For me?
Yeah.
Well, because y equals e to the 2x cubed times e to the c. So yeah, I didn't know if it could like work backwards though. Okay, it doesn't? Okay. Oh, so it would have to be e to the ln of 4 or whatever. Yeah.
Okay, so now I want you to try one problem. What?
Why did you put the C in the front though?
Because that's a multiplication.
E to the C is the
C. Sorry, I didn't mean to ignore you. I just forgot. Alzheimer. Okay, I want you to do this questions. Question 4. They're pretty hard. dy dx equal to 3x plus xy. So I'm gonna write down here. dy dx equal to, what is it?
3x plus xy.
3 times x plus y?
No, xy.
xy, right?
Yeah.
3x plus xy. And y to the 4 is equal to -2. So I want you to try this. I don't know how much time I have.
We have 30 seconds.
14 minutes.
14
Let's
more
get
minutes.
back
Plus
then.
XY
Crazy, isn't it crazy?
What?
is the second term 3x plus
What's the
XY.
condition?
Yeah.
Mr. Yeah, what's the condition?
Y to the 4 is equal to -2.
Ew. Maybe you. I don't know.
I haven't put in a grade yet. I'm thinking about just putting one grade, how I think of you,
Oh, for like the second 9 weeks and stuff.
during that week.
Oh. What are the second 9 weeks? Are you going to put in a grade for the second 9 weeks?
There was a grade in the second week.
No.
It's
It doesn't
it's
show.
gone. It was there for a little while, but it's gone now.
Yeah.
It's gone for second night week?
Yeah.
Yeah, just it's in one box.
Really?
Yeah.
Because Wesley's mom told me the same way.
Yeah, that because I think that's what my parents were talking about. They were like, "Why is this the grade for the second 9 weeks?" And another teacher had the same thing where it doesn't show it, but he was like, "Yeah, I put the grade in."
I did put a grade.
Yeah, I
For
don't-
second night week, for sure, we have grade.
Yeah, I don't know why it doesn't show. It's weird. Like it says that there are even no,
Another teacher, which teacher?
Mr. K, Mr. Kawada, he does English honors.
What?
That's weird.
Yeah, it is weird.
I put in a grade.
Okay.
It's just this quarter I didn't put in a grade.
You know, like y of 4 equals -2. Why does that be a 4?
Yeah.
You can factor out F.
Ew.
Huh?
Yucky. This is
I don't
yucky.
think it's either 24 is right.
I got one of the 8.
I think that's on the right track.
Egypt 24.
Either 24 is wrong.
I know the answer.
So we have c e to the 8 minus 3 equals -2.
No, minus 3. Where's the constant? It goes away.
Oh, wait, no. c equals e to the -8.
No.
Yeah, it would equal e to the -8 because it cancels out to make 1 because 1 minus 3 equals -2.
So where does the negative 2 go?
There's a -3 because it's 3 plus y.
E to the A is right. On the right track. On the right track.
Yeah.
But it's e to the -8, right?
No, it's positive. It's e to the 8.
But
Let's
c
see.
equals e to the -8 because you have c times e to the 8 minus 3.
Well, I don't know where you're going to minus.
Not now.
Look, watch. Because you have this. 3 plus y equals
Check
c
your answer.
squared over 2. So this 3 has to go over here.
But which means minus 3 is still 6.
5, 6,
It could be DY.
4. I don't know.
You should have y because
So how would that work?
4.
No, because c multiplies here.
Oh,
C is a multiplier. So minus 3.
What happened to your?
To the 3? Did you just put ln 3 plus y?
I have c e to the 8 is another negative 2. Multiply. This is good. So you should get.
Yeah, you put it into a logarithm.
Oh, three?
ln 3 plus y.
No, that's right. That's right. I was gonna. Yeah, I know what to do. That's like.
It's
Oh,
dy.
It should be y is equal to.
Oh, he's doing it. Never mind.
Yeah, ln 3 plus y.
Yeah, 3 plus y.
Right at the time. That part. Yeah, where?
Hopefully you guys all got here.
Yeah.
Everybody got here or no? Okay,
Yep.
Catherine? What do I do next, Catherine? Good. Now, last period somebody did this, which was very scary for me. Is they say they can split this, and that's wrong.
No.
And the reason why it's wrong is you can always test it by doing something like this. 1/2 plus 3 like this is equal to 1/5, right? But if you do 1/2 plus 1/3, that's not equal to 1/5. This is actually multiplied by 3/3. This is multiplied by 2/2. That's issue 6/5. So you know you cannot split that. So what can you do here? Well, use up. du equal to dy, which is that's going to be u over du, which is something that we know of, is equal to x squared over 2 plus c.
Yeah.
And that's natural log of 3 plus y.
Yeah.
How do I get rid of natural log? It's e to the ln, not e times ln. There's a difference. Okay, so because e ln, that is one of the property that you should know, is equal to e to the x squared over 2 plus c. If you do that, write it substantially up there, you can see that that's an exponent, and that becomes 3 plus y is equal to e to the x squared over 2 times e to the c,
Which is C.
which is, we know we're going to replace that as c. So be c e to the x squared over 2,
Minus 3.
y equal to minus 3, something like this.
See,
That's
because
called-
it's a multiplier, not a constant.
You're right.
General, that's a general,
No, but so far.
that's a general solution. That's not a particular solution. Now we're going to go back to figure out this. -2 is equal to c e to the 8 minus 3. So that's going to be 1 equal to c e to the 8. C equal to 1 over e to the 8, which is e to the -8. So then y, I meant to say y equal to e to the x squared over 2 minus 8. Why is minus 8? Because e
it
to the -8
multiplies.
minus 3. And that should be your final answer. And we check our answer. We got pretty good job. And that was good. So you guys can do 5 and 6 before you leave. That way you can practice. Now, there's a question 12 here. I want you to just try your best. I understand you're not going to get it right, but there's answers there. See if you can understand them. So this is the actual AP exam in 2012, the Bayer problem. And you see it again on the same question occur at 2017. So now I think you will see it again because it's the actual word problem.
Sorry.
Now your homework is everything on the page 2.
Can you go back to the problem that you were doing?
Which one? This
It
one?
was the one that we got. What happened to like now?
This is posted, yeah.
Yeah, this is the same thing from yesterday.
Yeah, this is posted. Simon not even watching.
Honestly, I'm trying.
Oh, it goes.
Okay.
What?
No,
What are you confused about?
It's like
Where?
it's like white with a purple. Like I don't emotionalize that parts. Like what happened there? Like why? Like you put the C from the. Oh, because he said E to the power of C. C.
Because it's a constant.
Because C is ambiguous, you're able to kind of just
So-
smush everything into C in a weird way.
Okay.
Yeah, you can mess with it because it'll change.
Minus 3.
That's a very nice school bus. I mean, it's actually probably a normal school bus, but it's a school
It
bus.
says -2 equals C E to the 1 to the button.
C to the 8 to the 8.
Wow.
Because
plug
you have to plug in 4, because then you have 16 over 2, which is 8.
Oh. -3. Then you that's it or something.
Which problems are we doing right now?
I don't know which problem. I think question 5.
Meaning dy over d equals y minus 3 over x squared.
Now sometimes on AP exam they don't say dy dx, or they don't just say y prime. Sometimes they say rate of change. So they say rate of change of y is gonna be this, and the initial condition is this, and that just means dy dx.
even with like the homework, whenever it said y prime, I just wrote down y.
Yeah, that's why I always prefer form.
Because then
That's
you're
a-
able to physically split it, and it makes it a lot easier to visualize.
Exactly.
Although sometimes it is just easier to write y prime than do like dx.
Yeah, so
Wait, to get rid of
if
y to the
if you do what the hell? Who was that?
What the heck?
You calling me? I still do.
X does not equal 0. Yeah. 5? I'm doing 5.
Oh, the next one.
Not bad. I am in the
You
closest.
you do it step out. Square
So you
it,
have-
square it, and then invert it. So
It's looking familiar.
3 root.
This is starting to look very familiar. Now, hold on. How you doing?
You guys doing okay?
I think so. E to the negative x to the negative 1 is crazy.
Did you get the final answer for 5?
Wait, hold on.
Why am I asking?
Does C just equal 0?
I don't think
No, it doesn't equal 0. Hold on. Because you have to make it equal 3.
Oh, wait.
Or negative 3. Because it's y equals C e to the 1 over negative x plus 3. So you have to make this equal 3. So
Those supposed to be clear now. How are you getting dy over y? Oh, number 1? Yeah, dy over y. Oh, you got it. I got one. I wish I got
I wrote about mixing and goldfish.
Whoa!
And
Wait.
to give my participation.
How does killing your goldfish have to do with space?
No, it was about ownership. I think.
Oh, about space. About the space.
see,
I
your
heard
goldfish's
about that too.
death was not in vain.
Yeah, I know. That gave me.
Wait, why did you kill your goldfish?
It was like,
For the sophistication point.